Hey, good morning, everyone. Carolina Weather Authority meteorologist Joshua Nagelberg on another disgustingly humid morning here in the Carolinas. Come on now, it's only early June. Boy, does it feel like August out there. But anyway, let's go ahead and cut to the chase and do us a favor real quick here. Let me switch off. If you have not subscribed yet to our YouTube channel, please just hit the subscribe button. We're going to be shooting videos out to you at least once a day. And I just put out a tropical video which covers the article that Mike Griffith put out last night about why we're expecting an enhanced risk of a major hurricane in the Carolinas. Not hype. There's actually a lot of science behind what we're forecasting, and you'll see that. Anyway, let's cut to the chase with the weather here. The satellite image shows our front, which produced a lot of severe weather, by the way, last night over Michigan, Ohio, western Pennsylvania, even a little bit of severe weather back here. The front is actually now draped right across the central part of the Carolinas. I just got a little bit of rain at my house here in Raleigh right before 7 in the morning. Yeah, I got to get up early and go get some work done. Clear skies back here. We're not going to see those anytime soon. And let's look at the radar as well. And I'll zoom in real quick and show you what's going on here. So here's our latest full resolution. It's quiet out west. And really all the action's on the East Coast. And I think that's the case here the next few days. Central and maybe eastern Carolinas, really right up 95 is where the weather's supposed to be today. Charlotte right now is dry. We'll keep an eye on maybe some pop-ups later in the day. Most of the heavy rain, though, is up across the northeast, moving into the Hudson Valley. Our severe storm outlook today does show that we could have a little bit of severe weather as we get to daytime heating in the afternoon. Marginal risk for some severe wind, maybe a bit of hail and some of the locally heavier storms. I don't think they're going to put us under a watch at some point, but I would not be surprised for some warnings. Actually, I just got notified on my phone that we now have a flash flood watch for parts of the Carolinas. And of course, we've been talking about that for a while here. You know, we got by, I don't want to say completely dry, but the last 10 days were quieter than May, and now it's getting wet again. Tomorrow, we'll still have the threat of some storms in the southeast as this front hangs up. Same goes for Sunday. Your beach plans could be in jeopardy, let's put it that way. Yesterday's rain was definitely heavier in the western two-thirds of the Carolinas. Most places did pick up some rain, except at the beaches and in the far northeastern part of North Carolina, and I think Georgetown as well got by dry, but some spots did pick up a couple inches of rain as we had some slow movers yesterday. I don't think there was any severe weather, though. Virginia also had some heavy rain. Dew points out there. Yesterday you saw 70s. Guess what? Same deal today. We're expecting 75, 76, 77. Maybe a touch drier back in the Triad and across the western Piedmont. And there's relief coming in the western Carolinas today. So it's going to start drying out for you in Asheville and maybe Clemson, Anderson areas. But if you are in Raleigh, Fayetteville, Myrtle Beach, 79, 80-degree dew points at midday. Have fun with that. My glasses are going to fog up in a couple seconds. It's still a bit drier out at the Outer Banks today as well, so the beaches are actually going to be pretty good for today. We're not going to be 100% dry, but relatively better. Rainfall is expected to start to pick up here in the next couple of hours. This is this morning, and you can see, oops, sorry about that. You can see the threat for some heavier storms right in that marginal risk area. Maybe 3-inch totals could get up to an inch this afternoon, so we may have some flash flood warnings around the triangle points east and south. Heading into this evening, we're really looking at what could be an active time. More wet than last night, and Raleigh got drenched around 8 o'clock last night. Could be the same deal today. Charlotte, not too bad, though. We'll have some showers in the area, but most of the action's east of you. But it is going to be a pretty wet stretch of weather here this afternoon and tonight. Here's a look at tomorrow, by the way. And I'm sorry this is jumpy. Pivotal Weather is a great site, by the way, if you want to go look at it yourself. But this is not helpful. So the threat for heavy rain tomorrow afternoon does start to shift east a little bit. We still could have rain in Raleigh and Fayetteville, but we're looking more at Greenville, Kinston, Goldsboro, all the way down to maybe like Walterboro, Charleston, South Carolina. I think tomorrow is going to be your wetter day of the next 2 or 3. New Bern, maybe Wilmington by tomorrow evening. And let's look at the weekend, why don't we? So your Saturday at the beaches looks pretty bad. Rain in the morning is looking pretty likely according to the GFS model here. And we could have additional shower and storm activity in the afternoon and evening hours as well. So what's going to happen is this front's going to hang up right down here, and then the trough is going to kind of sit, I'm not going to say cut off, but slow down to a halt, and daytime heating should fire stuff up on the ridge tops here for Saturday, as well as Saturday night into Sunday. So the flood threat, I think, is highest this evening around the triangle and points southward, and then shifts eastward to eastern North Carolina tomorrow. And then I think we have less of a flood threat, but more action on the radar both days of the weekend. So beaches and mountains are both going to be impacted. Saturday at the beaches, and really Sunday at the beaches and mountains. And unfortunately Monday we could deal with the same thing. So let's move on here. Here's what we're looking for as far as the GFS model. Total rain right through Sunday night. 2-3 inch totals likely in the eastern Carolinas, 1.5 inches possible in the mountains. There could be higher spots. The European is kind of marching to the same beat. It's actually a little drier in the triangle, so it's got the front kind of hanging up a little farther east, maybe as we get over to the sounds over here and down to the beaches. But you get the picture here. It's going to be wet. It's still above average temperatures today, but it does start cooling off tomorrow and through the weekend. And our coolest stretch is probably going to be the first half of next week before we start to moderate. So again, there'll be a few days of cloud cover where maybe we get a break on our AC bill. Then maybe more sun later in the week and cool nights, but nice mild afternoons. We should start to be back close to average by next weekend for Father's Day. We've been talking about that. The tropics are relatively quiet. We'll keep an eye on this disturbance. Not really expected to develop, but maybe over in here in the Western Caribbean, we've got a shot at something maybe trying to form and affect Central America and the Yucatan. But if you look here, here's our hung up front in the Eastern Carolinas. High pressure builds down, so it's cooling off nicely back here to our west. But there's a big high right here as well, so we're kind of stuck in the middle with you. So sorry folks, looking wet here. Maybe low pressure forms Monday on the GFS. Here's kind of a cutoff low, which I know you don't want to hear. Kind of puts eastern North Carolina at the risk of heavier rain. It tries to keep things wet through Wednesday. I mean, I don't know. It's possible. The trend has not been our friend this summer, has it? And then maybe some showery weather. So if you're looking for beautiful, sunny, fall-like weather, keep looking. That's what I got to say. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Make sure to CYA with CWA. And please, if you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's been great talking to you, and wish you all a very happy Thursday. We'll be back tomorrow. Take care.